Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Inked with Elegance by Christine J. I'm back today with to work on the layout that I did the paper pieces for the other day. And I didn't have time this weekend to get on. It ended up being a super hectic weekend, so I decided to try and get it done today so that I can move it off my desk in preparation for the next layout. So anyway, it's gonna be a fairly simple one to put together. I've already got a lot of it prepped, so it shouldn't take too long. So I did print out one 5x7 picture that I want to use for it, as well as four 4x6 size photos. And I decided in this layout that I wanted to have the corners to be angled off. And so I had this old Stampin' Up! Paper punch. I don't even know if it's available anymore. But I went ahead and I clipped off the four edges of all the pictures, just like this. And then I did cut out strips of paper that were, I don't know, this is almost not quite an inch. I was trying to save 3 rows of hearts, and so yeah, they're not quite an inch, they're just under. But what I'm gonna do with that is put adhesive on the edge, and I'm gonna put it right under the edging of my large photo, because I want to bring attention to this photo when the page is done. So I don't remember now. I think I only had it, I think I only had it showing part of it. So I'm gonna only show the one row of hearts. And then I think I want to trim off this edge because I don't need it to be sticking over actually. And then at first I was gonna only do one side of the photo, but I think for this big one, I wanna actually put those hearts on both sides. And so I'm gonna add a strip also to this other side of the photo. And this will just make it so that your eye on the page goes to the large photo. I actually like all of the photos on this page, but I do want to highlight the one where she's being cute. She was wearing her brother's baseball gear when he hadn't gotten in the car yet. I think we were waiting on him to do something. Okay. So this one I'm going to place here. And because I have this paper on here, I think I might want to glue it down. And I have no reason for doing adhesive in the center, but I just decided, just in case I ever want to lift the photo up. So, and I'm gonna put it about there on the page, I think. Okay, I had a camera before that you could keep one color, as I mentioned in the, if you've seen the paper piecing video. I had a camera that could keep one of the colors, and so you could pick a color that was being shown and save it. And so I kind of did a bunch of different ones with each picture that I took of her. and she was making all sorts of silly faces, so I thought it was perfect. So I do have other photos here, and I think I'm going to do it something like this. I've already done strips on the 2 outside photos, and then I consider doing on the inside, but I don't really want to. I think I want to leave the outside ones alone. And so I have to put, I do want a gap of the gray in between and also on the edges. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on these first. Hope everyone had an enjoyable weekend. Like I said, ours was busy. We had soccer and all sorts of things going on. But we did get to go out as a family to dinner, so that was kind of nice. Ate at an Italian place. And my daughter has soccer today, so I'm trying to at least get this layout put together. So now that I have that adhered, hopefully it's straight because I did cut it with a paper trimmer. Then I'm going to go ahead and put this one down as well. There's a few challenges going on in some Facebook groups I'm in, Valentine Day challenges, but I couldn't work on the Valentine layout because I couldn't remember what I put glue there. Anyway, because I don't want this one to be left on my table or pushed aside, so I figure best thing I can do is to get it done. Okay. The heart's kind of lined up a little funny there, but that's all right. It'll work out. She was actually smiling, so I thought that one would be perfect there. So this one I'm just going to line it up with the notches up here as best as I can. And then sort of have the gray paper on the edge. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And these were actually 4x6, but I did trim them down just slightly. I want to say I made it to 5 3/4. Yep, 5 3/4, and then cut the edges off. Because I wanted that little bit of gray paper showing along the edges, so I figured that was probably the best way to get gray on the top and bottom. The width stayed the same, but the top and bottom wouldn't have had any gray, so I decided I wanted to trim it down just slightly. Okay, so for this side, I also have strips of paper that were to coordinate with some of the colors. So there was purple in there, there was green, and then there was sort of this coral color. So I'm going to just somewhat space them. These were cut at, I guess they're a little bit over 1/2 inch. I thought I did 1/2 inch in the front in the cutter, but it looks like it's about 5/8 of an inch. Maybe it's just this big one because I think the other ones look like they are about 1/2 inch. Yep. So just the purple one is slightly bigger. 5/8 of an inch. And I do have this layout available on Design Space, but these strips are not a part of it. Oh, there also won't be the Minnie Mouse that I'm using, because like I said, that file was uploaded, and it's not a file that I can share. But honestly, you can, I'm sure there's anything that you can replace it with if you're going to do a baseball layout. There's all sorts of cute little boys and girls on Design Space that can be used. Just very simple, just to add some elements of color since everything is sort of monotone besides those colors. Then I also have the baseball that I had made on that live that I did, and I think I want to pop it up a little bit. Considered popping up that photo, but I think it's bold enough, so that's why I decided not to. Keep meaning to do my nails and I keep running out of time, so I apologize for that. Static electricity is touching it, so I think I'm gonna put it here. And it looks like I did space the photos a little bit too far this way, but that's all right. It's just gonna cover part of the heart, but not too much. And I'm gonna make it as up and down as I can. And what I'll probably do is make little like lines like here. If I do that, it shows like movement of the ball. So that's basically the first side. And then the second side, I have those same colored strips, just in a different order. And these were again Doodlebug. They were Doodlebug glitter sheets. There's one. There's two. Yeah, initially I didn't have this strip here, but I decided that I wanted it to be on both sides, so it's alright if it overlaps a little, I think. Okay, and then I also, I have it, the title as Rookie of the Year. And I welded it, but this part is, like I said, separate. I was trying to see if I needed to pop it up. I don't think so. I think it should be fine flattened. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it. Okay. And I didn't draw any lines, so I'm just gonna, again, use the picture to try and straighten it. Okay. And same thing with these. I don't have access to cool titles and stuff like from Michaels and Joann's. I just made these using the Cricut. And sometimes it's nice because things are unique to your layouts or to the designs because you're forced to be more creative. There we go. I probably could have spaced it that way, but that's all right. And then I do have this home plate here. And I'm not gonna pop this one up because I think I want to pop the Minnie Mouse up. So I went ahead and backed it with the red so that it could have the red stitching. So I could have made it whatever color I wanted, technically, for the stitching. But since I had red in the baseball and red in the bat here, I wanted an extra piece of it to be red. And I'm going to put it down just slightly because I want it to be lower than that word. And I'm looking to see if it's even. Sometimes it's hard to tell when you're sitting down. But I think that's good. And then the final piece for the layout, I'm going to pop it up because I think Minnie Mouse is super cute. So she that might be fine with the pop dots. Sorry, I know there's a billion of them. They're really static electricity to your hands. Okay, so for Minnie, I made her shirt kind of matching that same coral color. And I think I'm going to put her right here, but since she's leaning on her bat, I want the bat to be sort of straight up and down. So those colors kind of back her nice. And I did draw little lines on here because I thought it would show her legs crossing. But that's pretty much it for this layout. The only thing I'm going to add later on would be the date. And if I do add anything else, if I find any enamel dots or other things. But other than that, I like the simplicity of this one. It's not too busy. Therefore, the pictures sort of tell the story. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it sparked some creativity or ideas. And if nothing else, I hope it put a smile on your face. Thank you again for joining me and have a fabulous rest of your Monday. Bye.